Strap in and fire it up. It's time to light the fuse.
It's time to let it go. Really what you like, yeah. Right, rear racing, we're bringing the heat. Burning rubber and mics, got you up out your seat. Live on the track, on the digital stream. We don't chase views, we chase dreams. From the dirt to the asphalt, throttle stays wide. Every lap we broadcast, it's a hell of a ride. Yeah, Facebook Live and that YouTube screen. Tune in now, it's a high octane scene. Tires spinning, fans grinning. Right rear's live, and we ain't quitting. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, we ain't showtime. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, it's showtime.
Strap in and fire it up. It's time to light the fuse.
It's time to let it go. Really what you like, yeah. Right, rear racing, we're bringing the heat. Burning rubber and mics, got you up out your seat. Live on the track, on the digital stream. We don't chase views, we chase dreams. From the dirt to the asphalt, throttle stays wide. Every lap we broadcast, it's a hell of a ride. Yeah, Facebook Live and that YouTube screen. Tune in now, it's a high octane scene. Tires spinning, fans grinning. Right rear's live, and we ain't quitting. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, we ain't showtime. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, it's showtime.
And welcome back, race fans, to Right Rear Racing. As tonight we bring you the Firework 100 presented by Tri-City Speed. As these guys are going to take on the big blocks here at Lernerville tonight for 100 laps in the main event. Looks like we're going to do a few heat races, or go straight into your heat races, and immediately after the heat races will be a warm-up session to kind of break the track in a little bit and fine-tune their setups for your main event, as tonight's main event will be 100 laps once again here at Lernerville. Thanks for joining in here on Right Rear Racing for your Wednesday night. If this is your first time joining in, please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button, depending on what platform you're on. And as always, Right Rear Racing does have a website, and we have some merchandise there if you're interested. It's posted on the Facebook site as rightrearracing.com/merch. And I'd like to thank these guys with Tri-City Speed for letting me come over here and broadcast for them for this money race. And your winner will be taking home $140. As these guys are going to finish up a little bit of warm-up here to get the track broken in just a little bit. Looks like we're going to have 14 drivers making the call for tonight entries. Or entered, I should say. And as you see on the top of your screen, on the top right corner, that's going to be Gears Unlimited. They are sponsoring $100 to the purse. And to give you a rundown of your payout for tonight's event, that's going to be $140 for the win, $70 for second, $50 for third, $20 for fourth, and $10 for fifth. And the hard charger gets $10 as well. And they are going to conclude their practice here soon, as they're still trying to get that track worked in. They don't want to go too much since we do have a 100-lap race for your main event tonight. And just give you a quick notice here, if for some reason the broadcast does stop in the middle of the race, we will be getting it fixed and we'll be bringing up a new live screen as quick as we can. I've been having issues with my PC over here. I just want to be up front with y'all and give that out right away. Once again, thank you for liking or for following the stream and joining in. Looks like it's going to be Tyson Banks currently with your quickest time for practice, as he went out there with a 14:85. Stephen Gaines with a 14:86. And the 7 machine of Stephen Gaines lost it there on turn 4. Trying to fine tune everything for tonight's event. It is a open setup race. As we are, or I'm sorry, this is the 07 of Stephen Gaines. That orange 7 earlier was Chris Watkins. I see the 07 of Stephen Gaines. He's running that mid lane right there, kind of slightly, or he's going to go off into the trees, and he's going to be out of the park here. Now we're going back to the number 7 of Chris Watkins.
Broadcast going or what?
Donnie.
Yes, I'm ready whenever y'all are, man. And sorry about that, guys. We just heard from Race Control. We're going to have roughly about another 5 more minutes of warm-up here. As we go look overhead in your pits, the 7. That was an orange car there. And the 747 of Tyson Banks goes off the track there. We have the 82 of Dalton Dewart. He's out on the track as we go overhead. 4 to 5 minutes of warm up here. Get this track broken as race control is not liking it. And it sounds like we're going to have 2 minutes of warm up here as we follow along with the 2 machine of Kieran. He goes over that berm in the middle of 3 and 4. Just taking different looks of the track for y'all. I just see the 2 and the 747 are in the pits there. Then we have the orange and black number 11 of Matthew Watts. He's your 3rd quickest in your hot laps currently. Looks like everyone's getting ready to go here, as both Dalton and Tyson have both done 35 laps here so far. Stephen Gaines, he's already done 28. Matthew Watts with 23. Karen with 29. Chris Watkins with 28. And Ken went out there and ran 24. And once again, folks, if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and hit that like, follow, subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. And thank you again for joining in here on Right Rear Racing on your Wednesday night for your Tri-City Speed Firework 100. And Kieran in that number 2 machine goes back out on the track. Just see how close to the outside there he gets on that outside lane.
Strap in, fire it up. It's time to light the fuse.
It's time to let it go. Willie, 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 fire. Right rear racing, we're bringing the
And
heat.
we're getting our checker flag for your hot lap session as it just came to an end.
We don't chase views, we chase dreams. From the dirt to the asphalt, throttle stays wide. Every lap we broadcast, it's a hell of a ride. Yeah, Facebook Live and that YouTube screen. Tune in now, it's a high octane scene.
And for your starting lineup for heat race number 1, again, these are random heat races. It's going to be Tyson Banks in that 747. He's going to start on the pole. On his outside, it's going to be Kevin Johnson in the 15. And side row number 2 is going to be Brian in the 16. And on his outside, it's going to be the 07 of Stephen Gaines III. And rounding out the field for heat race number 1 is going to be Sam in the 007. As everyone's lined up, ready to go. We're waiting on Tyson Banks to grid up here. As Tyson has missed the starting lineup, so that's going to move the 16 of Brian up to the starting pole here. He's going to be the car number 14 on your screen, and the 15 of Kevin Johnson is actually the 32. And this is a hosted race, so all the numbers are going to be off here. As they are pacing right now, ready to go back underway here to open up the first heat race of your Firework 100. They just received the rolled up green flag. The pace truck lights are off. We're going to go green flag racing. Next time around, the field is going to be led by Brian in that 14 machine. As they come off two down the back straightaway, they're stacked up, ready to go. They're in turn three. The pace truck has pulled off. And Brian's going to hit that loud pedal and get us underway here for your Firework 100 heat race number one. He's going to go inside on the low side in turn number one. He's going to get a good shot down the back straightaway. Sam Bachman, he's going to try to get that inside going in that 007. He's going to shoot down low of the 32 of Kevin Johnson. He's going to take over the second spot. Here comes Stephen Gaines in the 07. He's going to try to get that bottom side going too, but the 32 of Kevin Johnson, he's not giving up yet. He's staying up there on top. We're side by side for third with the 007 in second. As they go in turn number three, they're going to make it three wide. The 07 is looking down low of the 007, and we have a new driver in third, and that's going to be Stephen Gaines in that 07. As these heat race laps are going to be 10 laps tonight, Stephen Gaines, he's going to look down low. As they go in turn number three, he's going to try to throw a slide job on the 007. They're going to be side by side coming off turn number two. Brian in that 16 machine, he's led it since the drop of the green, and the three behind him have been battling it since then. And we go down the back straightaway here. The 007 is going to maintain your second position. The 07 of Stephen Gaines is going to try to gain up ground here on the 007. And Stephen Gaines kind of blinked out right there. I don't know if he's having connection issues or not. We're going to go back up with Sam Bachman in that 007. As Brian comes off turn number four, he's getting cross flags after we're halfway through with heat race number one. Brian's going to take us to turn one down the turn out of back straightaway there. He's going to get a good jump there. Sam Bachman in that 007 is going to go up just a little bit higher this time around as they come off turn number four. As they go in turn number one, the 007, he got a good run there going in turn one. And here comes the 07 of Stephen Gaines. He's trying to reel him in as well. As they go in turn number three, we're going to have a good battle here for your lead in the closing laps as Brian goes up to the high side or middle groove there in 1 and 2, right in front of 007 of Sam Bachman. On your screen is going to be your first and second place drivers currently with the 07 of Stephen Gaines. Too many sevens there, too many zeros. As they're all right there, nose to bumper. Coming off turn two, the 007 is going to be a car lane a little bit lower there. And this time around, coming off turn number four, they're getting a white flag as we only have one more lap around here for your heat race. The 07 of Stephen Gaines, he's going to look down low of the 007 in 1 and 2. The 007 is going to try to get the outside going as they go in turn number three. They're going to be side by side. We're going to go three wide there in the middle of 3 and 4 there. And it's going to be the 14 of Brian taking the win, followed by the 007 of Sam Bachman and the 07 of Stephen Gaines, with the 15 of Kevin Johnson finishing fourth. And the one that did not grid up and make the call, that's going to be the 747 of Tyson Banks. And I went straight to your grid, but here is your full race lineup. Again, that's Brian in that 16 machine, Sam Bachman in the 007, Stephen Gaines in the 07, Kevin Johnson in the 15, and Tyson Banks in the 747. Heat race number 2 is on the grid now. And right now we have Kieran Roundtree in the number 2 starting on the pole. On his outside is going to be Dalton Dewart in the 82. Starting inside row number 2 is going to be Brian Orto in the 71. And on his outside is going to be Donovan Warner in the 12. Again, we're going to have 10 laps here for your heat race. I believe we are going to have a total of 3 heat races. I could be wrong on that one. But if these races are based off of what happened in heat race number 1, we are set for a good show here tonight on Right Rear Racing. as Kieran in that 2 machine, he's leads the field off at turn 4. He's getting the rolled up green flag. The pace truck lights are off. We're set to get underway next time around. And the field stacked up on the back straightaway, ready to get underway here. The pace truck's going to pull off there in turn number 3, and we're ready to get underway here for heat race number 2. As Kieran hits that loud pedal, the green flag is dropping. He's going to lead us into turn number 1. He's going to go down low, throw a slide job on himself there in 1 and 2. Here comes the 82 of Dalton Dewart. He's going to get a good hole shot there out of turn 2. He's down low of the 2 machine. We're going to be side by side for the lead, and we're also side by side for third. And at the line for lap number 1, it's going to be Kieran Roundtree in that 2 machine. And the 82 machine got a good jump off the turn 2 last time around. This time he's still right there, and they're going to be battling right behind him in that 71 and the 12 for the position number 3, as they're still side by side since the drop of the green. Kieran Roundtree in that 2 machine, he's going to hold the field at bay here as they come off turn number 2. Dalton Dewart still in second, and Donovan Werner in that 12 machine is in third, as they come off turn number 4 for the third time. It's still Kieran in that number 2 machine leading the field, as the 82 of Dalton Dewart's trying to get a good run here on the outside as they go into turn number 3. Kieran's going to slide himself there in 1 and 2, as we are kind of nose to tail following in line here, as we are only 4 laps into your 10-lap heat race number 2. And as soon as I say that, the 82 machine is going to go up high in 3. He's going to maintain that high line in 3 and 4. We got the cross flags as we're halfway through with heat race number 2. Here comes the 71 machine. We're going to have a battle for third in 1 and 2 there. And the 71 machine let off just a little bit, as he did not want to take out the 12 machine. And the gap at the line was a .16 between these two drivers, the 2 and the 82. This is your battle for the lead between these two. So what happened in heat race number 1? Let's see if it's going to happen again here for heat race number 2. As Dalton's getting a good run off, better run off of 2 there. He's right there on the bumper as they go down the back straightaway. He's going to be on the outside. He's flirting with death out there and almost jumped the curb, as they just got the popsicle sticks. We have 2 laps remaining here for heat race number 2. Dalton's going to try to get a good run here off of turn 2. Once again, going in turn 3, Donovan Werner, he's right there as well. They're getting the white flag, as we're going to have one more time around for heat race number 2 here. As Kieran Roundtree is going to try to maintain right there. Dalton's going to be a little bit higher. He's going to try to get a good run as they go down the back straightaway. They're going to be, that's Kieran in the 2 machine is going to slide himself in with 3 and 4 and take the win here in heat race number 2, followed by the 82 of Dalton Dewart, the 12 of Donovan Werner, and third, and Brian in this 71. And we're going to have your third heat race coming up here. And your third heat race has Anthony Morano in that 32 machine starting on the pole. On his outside is going to be Chris Watkins in the 7 machine. As I give you the view of the drivers here. On the inside, row number 2 is going to be Ken in that 56 machine, and Matthew Watts in the 11 is going to be on his outside. And Amanda, this is the race that both your drivers that you're saying to go, they are in this one here. And Anthony Morano in the 32 machine is going to be leading the field off turn 4. They're ready to go. The green flag, rolled up green flag, is shown to the drivers. The truck lights are off. We're ready to go back underway here for heat race number 3 next time around. And thank you, T-Clan, for liking the stream, buddy. As Phil goes down the back straightaway, the 32 of Anthony Morano is going to be leading us into turn 3 here. He's going to hit that loud pedal and get us back underway here for heat race number 3 and get a good jump here going in turn number 1. And right behind him, the 7, the 56, and the 11, they're all going to be right there. The 11, Matthew Watts had a check up. Here comes the 56 of Ken. He's going to get that second position down the back straightaway. He's going to try to reel in Anthony Morano here. And we're going to be side by side for position number 3 as the 7 of Chris Watkins looks down low. We're going to be side by side, almost 3 wide there, coming off turn 2. Here comes the 7 machine of Chris Watkins. He's down low. We're pushing to make it 3 wide, and Matthew Watts is on the outside off the track in 3 there as we are 2 laps down. These 3 drivers are right there on top of each other. And you see Ken kind of letting up just a little bit as he could have pushed the issue multiple times to make it 3 wide there, being the middle car, as 32 of Anthony is going to try to hold off the field here as they come to the line once again. We have 3 laps down as Anthony's running the outside lane. The 7 machine of Chris Watkins, he's running the inside berm, and the 56 of Ken, he's running that middle line as we're going to be side by side, almost 3 wide once again there. We're going to be side by side for second. The 56 is maintaining the second position as he's getting a little bit better run up above the 7 of Chris Watkins. We're going to be side by side down the back straightaway. The 56 and the 7 are side by side there. And the 32 of Anthony is going to get the cross flags as we are halfway through with heat race number 3. We're looking to make it 3 wide once again as they go in turn 1. The 32 of Anthony is going to try to hold off these 2 fighters back here of the 56 and the 7. As they go in turn number 3, they're still side by side. They're not letting up. They're still giving each other room. This is a good show here for tonight's Firework 100, as all 3 heat races have given us good shows. The 56 machine's not letting up. He's going to get that outside lane going. He's going to get a good run here coming off 4, and at the line it was a 56 of Ken as we are 7 laps down here tonight for heat race number 3. The 56 and the 7 are still going to be side by side for a moment as Ken got a good run off 2 down the back straightaway, and off of 4 he's going to get a good run here as they just received the popsicle sticks, as we have 2 laps remaining here for your heat race number 3, as the 56 of Ken is going to try to reel in the 32 of Anthony. And coming off turn 4, they're getting the white flag as we have one more time around here. The 32 machine is going to try to hold off the 56. As they come off turn number 2, the 32 is going to get the outside lane going and lead us down the back straightaway. As he goes in turn number 3, Ken's going to look down low to try to throw a slide job here, or slide job line. The 32 of Anthony Morano is going to take the win. Ken and the 56 in second. Chris Watkins in the 7 machine in third, and the 11 of Matthew Watts in fourth. And we're going to do a quick warm-up session here for tonight's, before we do our main event tonight. And once again, viewers, right now is going to be a good time to go get your snacks, get your drink, go use the restroom, and get ready for your tonight's 100 lap main event here on Right Rear Racing for your Firework 100 presented by Tri-City Speed. And give me a moment, please, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same here and make sure that I get me something to drink so that way we can call the race for tonight. And I'm back, viewers, and looks like we're going to have, I believe, those 13 drivers for tonight's 100-lap race here tonight. As currently Dalton is your fastest time for this warm-up session, as these drivers are trying to break this track back in for their liking for your main event tonight. And as for Right River Racing, we are live again tomorrow for your Silver Dollar Nationals, for your Summer Sizzle event with Dirt Series. And that's going to happen live right here tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's going to be race number 6 of the Summer Sizzle event. That's going to be 6 of 8. As they're going to be super late models taking on 100 laps in a fixed race setup there at Houston's. And once again, I'd like to give a shout out to the sponsors of this race. And that's going to go to Gears Unlimited for sponsoring $100 to the purse. And if you're just now joining in, we're about to get ready for your main event for tonight. And tonight's payout, again, is going to be $140 for the win, $70 for second, $50 for third, $20 for fourth, $10 for fifth, and the hard charger gets 10 as well. And we were side by side, 3 wide off turn 4 for the checkers in heat race number 1. And in heat race number 3, we were 3 wide for majority of that race, as Ken in that 56 machine, he's kind of letting off just a little bit and not pushing the issue to make it 3 wide the whole time around.
Strap in, fire it up. It's time to light the fuse.
It's time to let it go. Really what it like. Yeah. Right rear racing, we're bringing the heat. Burning rubber and mics, got you up out your seat. Life live on the track or the digital stream. We don't chase views, we chase dreams. From the dirt to the asphalt, throttle stays wide. Every lap we broadcast, it's a hell of a ride. Yeah, Facebook Live and that YouTube screen. Tune in now, it's a high octane scene. Oh, tires spinning, fans grinning. Right rear's live, and we ain't quitting. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, we control time. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, it's your time.
And just here from race control, we will have roughly about 3 more minutes left of this warm-up session. So you still have time to go get your refreshments, go to the restroom, and get ready for tonight's 100-lap race here for between these 13 drivers. And we have one on the outside wall. That's going to be the 11 of Matthew Watts. You can go to rightrearracing.com/merch and get your Right Rear Racing merchandise today. And again, tomorrow we will be live once again for the Silver Dollar Nationals at Houston's with your, I'm sorry, that's Silver Dollar 100 is what I believe it was. And then next week, we are only going to be broadcasting on Monday and Thursday as the rest of the week is opened up. And on Monday next week, we will cover the Front Runners Racing League for your ARCA series. And for that schedule, we will be going to Texas next week with week number 7 of that series. And we have about a minute left of your warm-up session here. And at the conclusion of this 100-lap race here tonight, we will hear from your top 3 drivers immediately after the race. As this track looks like it's pretty broken here for the 100-lap race here tonight. You see Tyson Banks in that 747 going on the outside and getting hit by the 7. Excuse me there. And I'm seeing the checkered flags as your warm-up session is complete. And that's going to bring you to your starting lineup for tonight's 100-lap main event for your Firework 100. And starting on the pole is going to be Brian in that 16 machine. And on his outside is going to be Little Man K in that 2 machine. Inside row number 3 has Anthony Morano in that 32. And on his outside is going to be Sam Bachman in the 007. Inside row number 3 has Dalton Dewart in the 82. And on his outside is going to be Ken Boyer in the 56. Inside row number 8 has the 07 of Stephen Gaines in 3rd. And on his outside is going to be the 12 of Donovan Warner. Inside row number 5 has Chris Watkins in the 7 machine with Kevin Johnson on his outside in the 15. Brian Ordo in the 71 is going to be inside row number 6. And on his outside is going to be the 11 of Matthew Watts. And rounding out the field for tonight's 100-lap race here is going to be the 747 of Tyson Banks, as Tyson did not make the call for his heat race. Right now is the time to do it. Put in the chat who you think's going to win, and keep an eye out on your favorite driver. As Brian in that 14 machine comes off turn 4 there, he's getting the rolled up green flag. This set of drivers are ready to go. Again, there's 13 drivers here for tonight's event. As they go down the back straightaway, they're going to be stacked up, ready to go here to get underway for your Firework 100. As they go into turn number 3, And Brian Hogue is going to hit that loud pedal and get us back, or get us underway here for your Firework 100 as they're going to be side by side going into turn one. That's Karen and that two machine is going to get the outside going. We're going to be side by side down the back straightaway for lap number one here. And we're going to be 3 wide right behind your leaders here as the 14 of Brian Hogue is going to take lap number one. Karen's going to get the outside going. Once again, we're going to be 3 wide right behind your drivers here. That's going to be the 007, the 56, and the 32 as they were 3 wide coming off turn number 2. The 007 is going to push the issue here and try to make it go 3 wide here off 4 as we're still side by side. We're all stacked up on top of each other. We're going to be 3 wide coming off turn number 2. The 2 machine of Karen's going to get the outside going. The 007 is right there in the middle. The 14 is down low. The 56 is coming in the picture here. We're going to be side. They're still side by side all the way through the field. The 2 machine of Karen is going to get out there in front of the field. The 007 of Sam Bachman is in second. And side by side, that's going to be the 56 and the 14 battling for third. We're still early on in this race. Some of these drivers might be saving some tire as the top 3 are they're now in the line and not side by side currently. The 12 machine of Donovan Werner is going to get the outside going down the back straightaway, going in turn number 3 as Brian Hogue gets that low side going and going to get overtaken for that position number 4. Here comes the 32 of Anthony Morano. He's going to try to get the outside going. Stephen Gaines down low as well. And these drivers are kind of settling in here as we have completed 6 laps so far tonight in your 100-lap event. And as soon as I say that, they almost went 4 wide there, coming off 2. Here comes the 12 machine of Donovan Werner. He's going to get a good run off turn 2, down the back straightaway into turn number 3. As the 32 of Anthony Morano, he's going to be right there. We're going to be 3 wide momentarily between the 14, the 32, and the 07. As the 07 of Stephen Gaines is going to get that bottom side going once again in 1 and 2. He's going to overtake the 32 of Anthony Morano for the 5th position. As we go back up to your front, the 56 machine, he's trying to make a pass on the 007 as they're side by side coming off turn number 2. The 007 is going to get a good run, but here comes the 56, not giving up just yet. He's going to try to throw a slide job here, entering turn 3. It didn't clear it, and he didn't push the issue. The 007 of Sam Bachman is going to maintain this 2nd position with these 2 battling right here. The 12 machine of Donovan Werner, he's right there back on the bumper of the 56 machine. And Stephen Gaines is getting that bottom side going as everyone else is on the top, ripping the lip. And the 32 of Anthony Morano goes over the berm there. He's back on the track right in front of the 747 as they come off off 2 there. And Karen's going to still maintain the lead here as he goes into turn number 3. The Sam Bachman in the 007 in second position. Ken Boyer in the 56 will be sitting 3rd. Donovan Werner in the 12 car is going to be sitting 4th. Stephen Gaines and his 07 is going to be round out your top 5. Brian Hogue is going to be sitting in the 6th position. Dalton Dewart is in your 7th position trying to hold off Matthew Watts and Tyson Banks as Tyson Banks is trying to make some room going on the outside there. And he's going to get the outside going. We're going to be side by side. This is a battle for 7th position. As Matthew Watts looks down low, he's going to try to get that bottom side going. We're going to go try to look at everything here with the gaps as we're 3 wide for position number 7. The 747 is going to get the outside going. The 11 has got the bottom as they're trying to make the pass on Dalton Dewart. As they're trying to do that, the 32 of Anthony Morano is going to join the picture here. And we're going to go back up to your top 3 drivers as I've just seen over there that they are right there on top of each other. That's going to be that's not the top 3. That's your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That's going to be Donovan Werner. He's came up there into the picture and took over your 2nd position as we missed that watching the races back there in the back. The 007 of Sam Bachman is in 3rd with the 56 of Ken Boyer and 4th. And as soon as I say that, Ken Boyer is going to get the outside going and make the pass for P3 with Sam Bachman hitting the grass there in 3 and 4. Going to lose the spot. And now on your screen, the 2, the 12, and the 56. These are your top 3 drivers. and they're all running the same line on the top side there. We're going to go back through the field once again. Hopefully we don't miss any action up here. I'm going to try to watch some numbers for the gaps as we go through. Again, in fourth is going to be Sam Bachman in that 007. The 07 is Stephen Gaines is fifth. Brian Hogue in the 14 machine is going to be sitting sixth. Tyson Banks has moved up to the 7th position in that 747 machine. He's getting that top side going. Matthew Watts in that 11 machine is trying to follow suit and get that top side going as well. Anthony Morano is going to be in 9th in that 32 machine. And the 15, or the black number 32 there, going down low, that's going to be Kevin Johnson rounding out your top 10 here. Dalton Dewart in the 82 machines pushed back to the 11th position. Chris Watkins in the 7 machines in 12th. And Brian in the 71 is going to round out the field, as the 747 of Tyson Banks is going to get the outside going once again. He's trying to get that 6th position, and Matthew Watts is following suit right here. They're trying to pass Brian Hogue as they come off turn number 4. And at the line, Matthew Watts is going to make that pass as well. And so far, Tyson Banks is your current hard charger, as he's moved up 7 spots so far tonight. He's trying to reel in Stephen Gaines to get in that top 5, as Matthew Watts and Brian Hogue are still right there on top of each other. And with Karen at the flag stand, we are 1 quarter down in your race event, as Karen and that 2 machine still leading the field. The 12 of Donovan Werner is going to be sitting second, and again in the 56 as the top 3 kind of separated. Here comes the 12. He's going to look down low in 1. He didn't push it up all the way, and the 2 machine is going to get the momentum off of turn 2, as these 3 drivers are right there on top of each other coming off of 4. And Ken's going to try to diamond off turn 1 and 2 there and get a good shot. And as they go to turn 3, they're going to be side by side coming off of 4. And the 12 of Donovan Werner is going to get the momentum on the outside. And there's your action once again for your top 3 drivers so far tonight. We're going to go back to your 5th position. And as soon as I say that, here comes the 12. Looking down low in turn 1. Making it interesting here. Down the back straightaway, is he going to try to throw a slide job in that 12 machine? No, he goes to the outside as Karen tries to block the slide job, it looks like. As they're going to start throwing haymakers. We got a slide job by the 12 of Donovan Werner. Here comes the crossover move by the 2 machine of Karen as they go down the back straightaway. Karen's going to throw a slide job back in 3 and 4. And we got a crossover move. And Karen in that 2 machine is going to still maintain the lead as they go side by side. And 2 machine of Karen is going to block that slide job and get that momentum off of 2 down the back straightaway and maintain the lead. And again, this is your top 3 drivers so far on the field, as the 2 machine is going to be 2.8 seconds in front of Sam Bachman in that 007. And as you see on your screen now, that's going to be your 5th, 6th, and 7th position. That's going to be 07 of Stephen Gaines, the 747 of Tyson Banks, followed by the 11 of Matthew Watts. As everyone's up there on the berm. And they're going to be side by side back here behind these guys as they're battling it out for 8th, 9th, and 10th. As the black 32 there of Kevin Johnson, he's going to get a good run and maintain his 8th position. And here comes Chris Watkins. They're going to go, I thought they were going to go 4 wide there as they were coming off turn number 4. We're going to go back up there to the battle in front for 6, as Matthew Watts just made a slide job move on the 747 and took over your 6th position. As we go back up to your top 3, once again, Karen's kind of making a little bit of a gap there between him and Donovan as they come off turn number 4. We're going to go back here once again You see these drivers are all right here on top of each other. The 32 of Anthony Morano, the white and blue 32. He's going to get a good run off turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Almost went over the berm there. As you see some people changing up their lines, like Matthew Watts running the bottom side there in 1 and 2, and running the top in 3 and 4. And then he changed it up this time. He went to the top side in 1 and 2. As we go, and as soon as we go over there to Sam Bachman in that 007, he goes off the berm in middle of 3 and 4. That's going to move Stephen Gaines to 4th, Matthew Watts to 5th, and Tyson Banks to 6th, as Sam Bachman in that 007 has moved back to the 7th position. Now Stephen Gaines is going to try to reel in your top 3 drivers here, as the top 3 drivers are running the top line around the track. As we are going through here, we're trying to find some side-by-side racing, as everyone's kind of spaced out momentarily. And as soon as I say that, looking at your 8th position, the 32 and the 82, they're going to be battling it out for the 8th position as they come off turn number 4. We're going to keep track on the ticker here to make sure that you're not missing out on anything up front, as the 32 machine of Kevin Johnson is going to maintain the outside lane there. And sounds like the 2 machine and your leaders are coming up on lap traffic of the 71 as they come off turn number 4, 46 laps down into this event. And Karen's going to slip off and go over the edge, and here comes Donovan in that 12 machine taking the lead, followed by Ken. Karen and that 2 machine grabs it back up and holds on to his 3rd position. But right behind him is going to be Stephen Gaines. And now we're going to throw haymakers there for your lead. That's 56 of Ken. Through a slide job on the 12 machine. Here comes a slide job from the 12 of Donovan in 3 and 4. And the 56 is going to maintain the lead and lead that lap right there, as he's going to get that outside going once again. He's going to try to reel in those lap traffic and put some traffic between him and Donovan. And we're going to have our first caution flag coming out tonight, and it looks like it's going to be on Chris Watkins. We're going to go take a look at what happened back there, as we are just at your halfway point. As we go along on board and follow the 7 machine of Chris Watkins, goes in there in 3 and 4. The 32 machine cuts down to a crossover and just clips the 7 machine on the front straightaway, and that's going to bring out your first caution of the night. So that's going to make it interesting for your second half of this race tonight. We're stacked up. We're going to be side by side, double file for your restarts, as Ken in that 56 machine is going to be on the inside. Donovan in the 12 will be on the outside. The 2 of Kyron Roundtree will be on the inside. Row number 2 on his outside is going to be the 07 of Stephen Gaines. Inside row number 3, looks like inside row number 3 is going to be the 11 of Matthew Watts, starting in P5. On his outside is going to be the 747 of Tyson Banks. The 82 of Dalton Dewart is going to be sitting in 7th. Then the 8th position is going to be the 007 of Sam Bachman. And it looks like Brian Hogan, the 14 machine, is going to be in 9th. And running out your top 10 is going to be Anthony Morano in the 32. The 71 of Brian is right there as well. We just got the rolled up green flag, as we are going to go back underway next time around, led by the 56 of Ken Boyer. And I'm saying his name wrong, most likely. Sorry about that. For everyone that I'm saying the names wrong for. As we go to turn number 3, the 56 machine is going to hit that loud pedal and gets back underway here for your Firework 100. As the 2 machine look to jump out of line there on that restart. Here comes the 12 on the outside, followed by the 07 of Stephen Gaines. As they go into turn number 3, we're going to be 4 wide there with the 12, 07, the 11, and the 2. And the 12 machine is going to get the outside going. We're going to make it interesting here for your second half, as we are now halfway through with your Firework 100. The 12 machine is going to get the outside going. Here comes Stephen Gaines as we have another caution coming out. As I believe that caution is going to be on Sam Bachman in the 007. As you see right there, we're following the 007. They went 3 wide, 4 wide there for a little bit. And this 71 just comes in a little bit hot, hits them in the left rear quarter panel, and spins them out. And that's going to bring out your second caution of tonight's Firework 100. Looks like Ken in that 56 machine got saved by that caution, as the 12 of Donovan is going to be in second. The 07 of Stephen Gaines will be in third. The 11 of Matthew Watts is in fourth. The 2 is moved back to the 5th position. The 747 of Tyson Banks is in 6th. The 82 of Dalton is in 7th. And 8th is the 16 of Brian Hogue, and the 32 of Anthony Morano's in 9th. The 7 of Chris Watkins rounds out your top 10. The 15 is going to be in the 11th position. The 007 is in 12th, and the 71 is in 13th. As we just got the rolled up green flag, we're going to go back underway here next time around, as the field is stacked up, ready to go behind Ken here as they come off turn number 2. And they're going in turn number 3, getting ready to go back underway here. Ken's going to hit that loud pedal and get us back underway as the green flag is waving for your third time here for your Firework 100 A main. Ken's going to throw a slide job on himself there in 1 and 2. Here comes Stephen Gaines down low. And 1 and 2, he's going to throw a slide job on Ken, make contact, and going to take the lead away from Ken. And we have another caution flag coming out. As Tyson Banks is running the outside lane there. You see right there that Stephen Gaines threw a slide job. Everyone checked up and spun Tyson around. And Stephen Gaines in that 07 is going to go to the back of the field, as that caution was on him, is what I'm hearing from race control. And Ken in the 56 is going to maintain the pole position or the lead here with the 12 on his outside. The 11 of Matthew Watts is going to move up into third. The 14 of Brian Hogue is moved up to fourth. The 82 of Dalton Dewar is going to be in 5th. Chris Watkins in 7th. The 007 of Sam Bachman and is going to be right behind Chris. The 2 machines move back to the 8th position. Brian and the 71's in 9th. Stephen Gaines is going to the as we go down the back straightaway. We're going to go back underway next time around here, as Ken in the 56 machine leads the field down the back straightaway. The pace truck is going to pull off here in turn 3 as we get set to go back underway, and we're back under green flag conditions once again here for your Firework 100. And Matthew Watts, he's going to get that bottom side going in 1 and 2. That's the 12 of Donovan is going to try to get the outside. And Matthew Watts in the 11 machine is going to take over your second position. Here comes the 14 and the 82. They're going to be side by side off turn 4. And at the line, it's going to be Donovan Werner and that 12 machine taking over the second position as we look to go 3-4 wide there off of turn 2. The 56 is trying to hold off the 12 of Donovan as Donovan's trying to throw a slide job here on Ken. Did not clear it, did not push the issue, and Ken's going to maintain the lead. Here comes the 11 machine of Matthew Watts. He's going to try to throw a slide job on the 12 machine and didn't clear it there, but he still pushed it in there and closed the door as they come off turn 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Donovan. He's going to return the favor as they go in turn number 3. And off 4, it's going to be the 11 of Matthew Watts taking over your second position. And the 7 and the 82 are right there ready to go as Chris Watkins is going to get a good run on the outside of turn 2 there down the back straightaway going in turn 3. Made a little bit of contact with the 12 as they enter turn number 3. So for your top 5 currently is going to be the 56, the 11, the 12, 7, and 82. As the 2 and the 14 are running side by side. That's going to be for position number 6. The 82 of Dalton Dewart's getting a good run down the back straightaway and getting that bottom side going in turns 3 and 4. But the outside is the dominant lane so far. As you see all that smoke coming up as Matthew Watts, or I'm sorry, that's dust, not smoke. Matthew Watts diamond off turn 2 here. He's going to get a good run, throw a slide job on Ken. Is it going to stick? It's not going to stick as Ken crosses him over. We're going to be side by side going into turn number 1 for your lead as Ken's going to throw a slide job and get that going. But here comes the 11 machine of Matthew throwing or doing a diamond. Getting a good run off turn 2 down the back straightaway once again. Throwing a slide job. Is it going to stick and maintain? And at the line, this is going to be the 11. We have a new leader at that time. That's going to be Matthew Watts in the 11 machine. You see him right here. He's diamonding off 1 and 2 and getting that good run down the back straightaway. As we have 40 laps remaining here for your Firework 100. And again, it's still going to be Matthew Watts in that 11 machine, followed by the 56 and the 12 for your top 3. Chris in the 7 machine is going to be 4th. Dalton in the 82 is going to be 5th. As we go back up to your race leaders now. Everyone's right there on the outside berm. As Matthew has kind of gotten away just for a little bit from his cutting off the turn 2 there. And we are going to go back to your position number 6 as Stephen Gaines in that 7th position in that 07 has gotten an EOL for that last caution, and he's already made his way back up to the 7th position as he's maintaining the outside lane. Here comes the 2 machine of Kieran Roundtree. He's going to throw a slide job on the 82, make the 82 check up. Here comes Stephen Gaines on the outside. Stephen Gaines had to check up there momentarily. And we're going to have contact between the 07 and the 82 down the back straightaway. Everyone stays good and clean. As the 07 of Stephen Gaines is going to get that outside going once again. Get this momentum here. He's going to cut down in turn 3. Almost had contact with the 14, and that's Brian Hogue in that 14 machine. And since Matthew got the lead, he's already set sail and checked out as he has almost a second gap on Ken in the 2nd position. As the 12 machine of Donovan Werner is going to be in your 3rd position. Chris Watkins in the 7th car, he's going to be 4th. 82 of Dalton Dewart is in 5th. And Stephen Gaines has moved up into the 6th position. And I think something might have happened to your 2 machine as why everyone has moved up, as the 2 has went back to the bottom. We have one on the outside of the track. Going to stay green here. And it looks like everyone's kind of settling in. Once again, we have 31 laps left for your main event. And a reminder, we will hear from your top 3 drivers after this race. And Matthew's going back to that cut down in 2, or off of 2, and getting a good run on these drivers. As Ken's trying to hold on to his 2nd position with Donovan right there, right behind him. And we have a battle for 5th heating up here between the 82 and the 07. And as soon as I say that, you also have a battle for 3rd heating up between the 7 and the 12. And we're going to have a caution coming out here. And we're going to go check it out with this, go on board with the 71 to see what happened here. As the 71 pushes up. And the 32 kind of checked up just a little bit. And looked like it was more of a racing deal. It was 73 laps in the book. The number 11 of Matthew Watts is going to be in the lead, followed by Ken in the 56, Donovan in the 12 machine, followed by the 7 of Chris, the 82 of Dalton Dewar, the 07 of Stephen Gaines, the 14 of Brian Hogue, the 007 of Sam Bachman, the 2 of Roundtree, followed by the 747 of Tyson Banks, the 32 of Anthony Morano, the 15 of Kevin Johnson, and then the 71 of Brian Ordo will round out the field. And we are not going green this time around. As soon as I was about to say that we just received the rolled up green flag, just heard from race control that we are not going green, so that's what the hesitation was right there. And once again, viewers, if you haven't done so, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and get all your notifications for any time that we go live here on Right Rear Racing. This time around, we're going to get the rolled up green flag as we're ready to go back underway for your remaining laps here, or your closing laps here for your Firework 100. As Matthew Watts and the field are going to lead us down the back straightaway. The pace truck should be pulling off about this time as they go into turn number 3. And Matthew's going to hit that loud pedal and get us back underway here. As he goes into turn number 1, the 12 machine, he's going to look throw a slide job on Ken. As trying to find my mouse to get it over there. As the 56 machine is going to get the outside going, and off of 2, Donovan is trying to maintain his 3rd position as they come off turn number 4. As we have 25 laps remaining here tonight, it's going to be the 11, 56, 12, 82, and then the 07 of Stephen Gaines for your top 5. Brian Hogue and that 14 machine still running that bottom side and getting it going. As the 82 is going to look throw a slide job on the 12 machine here going into turn number 1. As he's going to gave him room there and try to do a crossover, but Stephen Gaines is right there. We're going to go 3 wide going into turn number 3 for position number 3 as Stephen Gaines throws a slide job on Donovan. And he's going to take over your 4th position. Stephen Gaines is going to get the outside going. Donovan's going to throw a slide job, and Stephen's going to cross him over. We're going to go side by side down the back straightaway. And this is for position number 4 on the field. As Stephen Gaines is going to take over that position. But Donovan is not letting go yet as he's trying to throw a slide job. Did not clear it. Wasn't going to push the issue. And Stephen Gaines is going to get that momentum on the outside. The 007 of Sam Bachman is trying to follow suit and try to make the pass on the 12 and the 14 as they go down the back straightaway. And next time around, we are going to have 20 laps remaining here. And it's Matthew Watts, followed by Ken, and then the 82 of Dalton Dewar. And Dalton's going to look down low, try to throw a slide job on Ken as they go in turn number 1. Coming off turn 2, he stuck it there. As Ken going to return the favor here in 3 and 4. As the 82 is going to shut the door there as they go in turn number 3. The 82 is going to make the pass on Ken for position number 2. As soon as these guys up here are doing this, here comes Stephen Gaines right behind Ken in that 56 machine. Again, this is your closing laps and the battle for third between the 07 and the 56. And the 07 is Stephen Gaines. He's going to just get the bottom side going. Get a good run there. Off turn 2, going to go in 3, throw a slide job on Ken. A lot cleaner slide job this time around. Ken's going to cross him over, and at the line, it's going to be the 56 of Ken maintaining his third position. Ken's going to throw a slide job there in 1 and 2. Here comes Stephen Gaines, diamond in turn 2 off, and get a good run there off the back straightaway. Throw a slide job on Ken as they go in turn 3. Ken's going to dive down low. We're going to be side by side at the line. It's going to be the 07 of Stephen Gaines taking over position number 3. And Stephen Gaines get the outside going there and may finally secure that position number 3, but Ken's still right there ready to go. Tyson Banks in that 747. He's trying to make it back through the field once again. He's sitting in position number 5, trying to reel in Ken in that 56 machine. And Brian Hogue in that 14 machine is not giving it up easy for that position number 5, as these two are battling it out still as they're side by side. And as soon as we're back there watching that, they're racing side by side right in front of the field, or those guys, as this is battle for third between the 07 of Stephen Gaines and the 56 of Ken. And just on your 4th place driver of Ken here in that 56 machine, Matthew Watts has a 3.5 second gap on himself. As Matthew Watts, Dalton, 1.5 second gap behind Matthew there, and he has a 1 3/4 second gap on Stephen Gaines. As Tyson and Brian Hogue has stopped their battle. Now the 32 of Kevin Johnson, he's right there entering the battle here with Tyson for position number 6. As the 32 is going to get that bottom side going off turn 2 down the back straightaway. Throw a slide job entering turn number 3. Tyson Banks is going to cross him over here, and we have a battle for 6th position on your field now. As Tyson throws a slide job on the 32 machine in 1 and 2. The 32 is going to cross over here and go down the back straightaway. He's going to look down low, throw a slide job on the 747. We have 9 laps remaining here tonight. And at the 5 laps remaining mark, we will go back up to the front as your leader has a 1.2 second gap on second. And right in front of them, these two drivers, we're going to have side by side racing for 4th between Ken and Brian. Just seeing both of them at the same time there. I see that dust coming up off of Ken's car there and as he enters turn number 3. Brian Hogue's getting that bottom side going here. And Ken's still on the outside in that 56. And Tyson Banks has moved into the 6th position. Brian Hogue's going to get that good run off the bottom there in turn number 2. And at the line, it's Matthew Watts getting the 5 fingers. We have another caution coming out. It looks like it's going to be with the 32 of Anthony Morano. As we go take a look at what happened there. The 32 machine is running the outside berm. One car went off the track there, and Anthony just sends her out of there, goes off the track, and ends up spinning her out. And as you see, he went back to the pits, and he spun it out right there. It looks like just to get out of the way of your race leaders. Well, 5 laps remaining in this event. It's going to be Matthew Watson, that 11 machine, followed by Dalton and the 82. The 07 of Stephen Gaines, the 56 of Ken, followed by the 16 of Brian Hogue, the 747 of Tyson Banks, the 7 of Chris Watkins is in 7th, the 15 of Kevin Johnson, and 8 Sam Bachman, and the 007 will be sitting in 9th. The 71 of Brian Ordo is going to be in 10th. The 12 of Donovan Warner is in 11th. Anthony Morano is still in the pits, and it looks like Kieran Roundtree has called it a night, as he has 5 laps down. And since we are under 10 laps remaining here, we are going to go to a single file restart as Matthew is going to lead us down the back straightaway. The pace truck is going to pull off in turn 3 here, and we're back underway for your Firework 100. As Matthew's going to get a good jump here, we're going to go back to your second position as your top 5 are your pace spots for this event, as the 82 of Dalton's going to get a good run on Stephen Gaines there off of 2. And now we have everything's freezing up on me. This is a bad time to freeze up. This is a bad time to freeze up. My iRacing just crashed on me, as we will not be getting your last 3 laps. That's a bad time for iRacing to crash on me, guys. Sorry about that. But we will still hear from your top 3 drivers from the race. It was doing so good, man. I thought we were going to make it a clean night with no issues. And please stand by 1 second. Sorry about that. Ah, man. And I'm upset just as much as y'all are. I got to figure out what's going on my side. And bear with me as I load back in for your top 3 finishes here, as I'm sure the race is over. I'm loading up once again here on the iRacing. And it looks like the server has concluded, and we'll not be able to display the results here, but we will still hear from your top 3 drivers. There was no change, and your top 3 drivers since we lost the broadcast there. Matthew Watts in the 11 machine is going to take the win, followed by Dalton Dewart in the 82. Stephen Gaines in the 07 is going to finish 3rd. The change that did happen was Brian Hogue in the 14 machine finishes 4th, and rounding out your top 5 is going to be Kenneth in that 56. Tyson Banks in the 747 is going to finish 6th. Kevin Johnson in the 15 machine is going to finish 7th, and 8th was Samuel Bachman, the 007, and 9th was Brian in the 71. Chris Watkins in the 7 machine will round out your top 10. Donovan Werner in the 12 machine will finish 11th. Anthony Morano in the 32 will finish 12th. And rounding out the field for tonight is going to be the 2 machine of Karen Roundtree. And once again, viewers, sorry about that with the issue that we had there with 3 laps remaining. Again, your top 3 did not change, and we have your 3rd place finisher tonight of Stephen Gaines. And you got a copy, Stephen?
Yes, sir.
Man, you had that slide job. You threw that slide job on the 56 of Ken. Ended up getting the EOL. Then you came back through the field and finished third. How was it coming back through the field late in the race like that?
Um, I think coming back to the field was it was kind of difficult because the track changed so much from when I was up front. But it really sucks because I don't really run these much. But I thought I kind of cleared it, but I didn't. I'm not used to throwing sliders in these cars, but definitely a bonehead move. I think if we didn't do that, we would have had a better shot to run with Matt. Um, yeah, so I think that mistake cost us. But either way, third, it's pretty good. I think we had a good run there.
And you had a pretty good run there. Seems like you got the bottom side going, and I'm used to seeing you run the bottom side because you're more of a UMP driver, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
So
UMPs and supers.
and you get that bottom side going, and you found the bottom side with the big block here tonight, especially coming off turn two, getting that good run off turn two there.
Yeah, I think the key point with that was just trying to find some moisture because the top was getting far up there, farther and farther, and it just got so where you had to have your right rear hung out that I thought maybe even Alpha 2 playing a little bit safer and being smarter was better. Even there towards the end where you seen us starting to run a cut down on one, just anything to protect yourself from going to meet this magic school bus at the bottom of the hill, I think was pretty important there with about 20 to go.
Yes, sir. And once again, congratulations on your third place finish. Sorry about the broadcast of not getting the last 3 laps in. Do you have any friends, family, or sponsors that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I just want to thank Matthew Watts at Fusion Setup Shop. He dials these things in all the time, and just super happy to have a friend like him and all the hard work he puts in. All my guys at NLRA, DK Speed, Mario Perez, our pitcher dude, does some killer shots, and thanks for putting the broadcast on. It was fun. This fun little thing that we did, and new partnership with Tri City is going great. Think they got our big block program back on point, and just super excited for the future.
Yes, sir. And once again, congratulations on your third place finish. You do take home $50 tonight as well.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time on a Right Rear Racing broadcast, hopefully.
Yes, sir.
And there you have it, your third place finisher of Stephen Gaines. And now we're going to hear from Dalton Dewart in that 82 machine. And Dalton, do you got a copy?
What's up?
Man, you ran strong in that 82 machine, getting the top side going, and seemed like you came in that last half of the race. Kind of walk me through what your game plan was with saving tire, etc.
Yeah. So I mean, I think we started fifth. Being 100 laps at a fairly good sized track and with money on the line, I had a feeling, there's most likely going to be a caution at some point. I was really hoping it to be like halfway, maybe a little over halfway, and it was. So I kind of sandbagged there. I think I went back to 12th or 13th and just putted around until I seen Kyron starting to catch up, and I pushed a little more just to try to save as much as I could. And then we got that caution, and then we started pushing some more, and then we were keeping pretty good pace, like middle, bottom, not really beating our stuff up with the people up top. So I'm like, I'm just gonna keep doing this, and had another caution, and then made a couple smart sliders there to get us in the position to be in the runner-up spot, and then we started slowly catching Matt there, and I think if I didn't fall off and if there wasn't a caution and we stayed in the rhythm, I maybe would have had a chance. But I mean, even so, I mean, second's the next best thing to winning, right? So I had a blast. It was good racing all around, and congrats to Matt for winning. And yeah, man, it was fun.
And you can't complain about a second place finish, as you did take home $70 tonight for your second place finish, like you said there. So congrats on that aspect.
Appreciate
And
it. Thank you, man.
and you basically answered everything that I was going to ask you there on that one. After that one question, you just answered everything else that I was going to ask you. So, do you have any friends, family, or sponsors that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, man, I gotta thank all my guys at Full Throttle Motorsports, Dean at Super Dirt Car Series, Gunner Swan Speed Shop, GripPack.com, Do Pro Performance, Expert Insulation, yeah, and then Tri-City for putting this deal on. It was a good group of guys, good racing. Appreciate you taking your time out of your night to give people something to watch and enjoy, and that's all I got.
Sir, and once again, congratulations again on your second place finish. Hopefully, for our next broadcast here with Right Rear Racing, we catch you again on the podium.
Hopefully we'll be getting that P1 spot, my man. We'll see.
Yes, sir. And you have a good night, man.
Hey, you too, bud.
And there you have it, your second place finisher from tonight's Firework 100 of Dalton Dewart. And we're going to hear from Matthew Watts, your winner tonight, and your hard charger. So he's going to take home $150. And Matthew, do you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
And just so that way all the viewers know, there is no relation between me and Matthew, just so that everyone is clear on that one. Matthew, you started P12. What was your strategy there going into the first half of the race before that first caution came out?
Biggest goal was to try to run the bottom as long as I could. I knew I could save it as much as I could down there and get a few spots because I was able to run right along the grass, pretty much put my left front touching it at times, just to kind of get around there. Got up to like 7th from there, and then at that point we were like lap 35, and I started to worry that we weren't going to get the caution because we were all spread out. And then at that point I started going, and I went towards the front, and then finally got to like 4th, and I think, or 5th, and the caution came out. And at that point I was just hoping that I had enough tire left because I was pushing a little bit too early, because I knew Dalton I saw go back a bit and save a little bit more than me and a few other guys. And at that point it just was who could run the top towards the end there. So thankfully I had enough at saved from the beginning, but I definitely don't think I should have won that with all the cautions at the end, but it just lucked out in my favor.
And watching the race there with the late cautions, it seemed like you had that cut down coming off 2 nailed down good and getting a better run off 2. That's where you seemed like to me on the broadcast. That's where you're gaining the momentum and staying in front of those guys.
Yeah, it was definitely an option. It was viable for a bit there. Started to fade towards the end. I did notice that Dalton starting to catch me. And at that point I was just like, I have to ride the cushion, but that cut down line definitely helped me save a little bit more throughout. I was able to just kind of keep it light on entry and just focus on getting down to the grip. But at the same time, it didn't help in some cases, because at that point it kind of makes my line into 3 a little tough to hit. And then I'd lose in that corner as well. So it's kind of a give and take. But towards the end there, it was just keep the momentum and just hope that he stayed behind me.
Yes, sir. And once again, congratulations on your win here tonight. For the win, you do take home $140, and you were also the hard charger coming from You started in P12 and taking the win here, so that's $150 total with a $10 hard charger money as well. Do you have any friends, family, or sponsors that you'd like to give a shout out to?
I would like to shout out my guys over at Fusion and the guys over at Tri-City. We came together with a partnership in the last week, and it's really brought my motivation to run big blocks back. I didn't run these cars for about a year. I just kind of picked them back up in the last couple weeks. And those guys have been pushing me and giving me a group of guys to run my stuff and run other people's stuff, and kind of have me and Brandon have been working together on making sure our stuff is at the top of the game that it can be, and it's definitely proven already. I mean, for me, taking a whole year off of these cars and only running late models and coming back, that alone is huge. I'd also like to shout out Steven. He's my right-hand man with Fusion. We're the ones that are grinding every single day to make sure everything's perfect. And if I ever need help or he ever needs help, we're always there for each other, so it's big. But other than that, I mean, yeah, it's just at the end of the day, all my guys that are sitting in my corner and here to help me, it's definitely the only reason I keep doing this stuff. I got a lot of other stuff that I do, but at the end of the day, I like seeing guys be fast in the sim and be able to enjoy it.
And that's always good to have fast guys that you know that you've built the setup for. Makes you, I'm sure you get proud about it seeing it on your Discord and everything as well.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, my results are not what really matter to me. Obviously, I like to show up, for some races, and I like to run big races. But at the end of the day, I would rather see all my guys out front with
Exactly.
me. And just at the end of the day, if I'm up front, generally that means they can be up front as well. And that's, at the end of the day, that's really what it comes down to.
Yes, sir. And once again, congratulations on your win tonight with the hard charger. And hopefully we can do this again and you can be on the podium again with the Right Rear Racing broadcast.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good night, man.
You too.
Yeah, you guys.
And thank you guys for joining in here on Right Rear Racing tonight. Sorry about the technical difficulties, especially with 3 laps remaining. Tomorrow night, hopefully everything's ironed out for your dirt series for the 100 laps at Huset's. And we will be live once again tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time here on Right Rear Racing. Thank you for tuning in, and sorry again for the difficulties that we're continuing to experience here with Right Rear Racing. Everyone have a good night.
Checkered flag flying, it's the end of the show. From dirt to the blacktop, we let it all go. Burning rubber, slamming gears, making hearts race. If you miss the heat, catch the highlight, press play. Right rear racing, lights out, that's a wrap. From the front straight to the back, we attacked every lap. Don't blink, don't sleep, we'll be back in your feed with the throttle wide open and a need for speed. Saw the drama, the thrill, the slide jobs and spins. Legends born in the booth and on tracks we win. Facebook, YouTube, hit subscribe and stay loud. We ain't slowing down, just saving it for the next round. Broadcast signed off, but the fire still burns. Catch us next time, where the story continues at full send. Joe, right rear racing, we out, hold tight, see you next race.